Trace. It's a weird name for a kid, Trace. Trace Cyrus. Looks like Billy Ray Cyrus. Achy Breaky Billy Ray. Achy Breaky William Ray Cyrus. Looks like he got his achy breaky heart broken by his son. Because he's threatening legal action. We don't know what kind of legal action, because I don't know what kind of legal action you could take if someone writes like an open letter concerned about you. But what a butthurt little achy breaky heart William Ray has. I thought William Ray, if you don't know, he played at Trump's inauguration. He was just all over the place. He's the singer of Achy Breaky Heart from the 90s, and he birthed out his wee Smiley, Hannah Montana's. That's what he's known for, being Miley's dad. And he's apparently got a kid named Trace. Trace of what? And Trace was pretty concerned after seeing his dad at Trump's inauguration, like mumbling on stage and going back and forth. But do you think all these people that are like the Trumpers, the maggots, I thought they were like the hardest core people ever. I thought they were like, F your feelings, no safe spaces. And his son's like, Dad, I'm worried about you. Pop's looking down, or whatever he said. Papa. Old Papa's up in that up in the sky on his rocket chair with his shotgun, looking down at you, saying, "What a disappointment." I assume that's how all the people in the South talk. I don't care. But apparently William Ray got his achy breaky heart broken because he's threatening to take legal action against his son. Again, I hope Legal Eagle does a video on this. If you don't follow Legal Eagle, stop breaking his heart. Stop it, Bandito. But what, I mean, are these the most fragile men on the planet? Like, his son reaches out to the media or writes pens an open letter. I don't know what he did originally. I read about it, so it was in the media. But his son, like, expressed concern for his dad over that performance. And I'm guessing he knows a lot more stuff. Even in the article that I read, Trace is like, I ain't spilling all the beans, but you know that I know that you know that I know. Which probably means, like, you got a sick alcoholic problem or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's obvious, like, he's probably way into alcohol or something. I don't know. Again, he didn't say, but he was like, you know that I know. And he's like, and I'm not even going to, you know, reveal all our skeletons here, but I'm just concerned for you. And William Ray got his achy breaky heart hurt because he was like, you say anything else, I'm gonna take legal action against you. And now his son's coming out in the media being like, my dad's threatening legal action. Like, what legal action can you take if someone's like, I'm really concerned for you? That time I saw you at the president's inauguration mumbling on stage and singing along to a music video and trying to play guitar and rambling, that really made me concerned, Dad. And his dad's like, how dare you question my awesomeness? These freaking people. Soda gamblers. What's up? Watch out, Billy's coming for you. Billy, come. Old Bill Ray. I ain't scared of nobody that's named Bill for number one, all right? Fucking, when your name gets served at the end of supper, I ain't afraid of you. Sorry to break it to you, Bill. Put it on my bill, Bill. I don't know. There are certain names that I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I judge you by your name. Bill Ray. Fucking names. Guy sounds like he's some southern space laser. Well, let's go up in the garage and get the Bill Ray. We'll shoot him with that. Suck it. Bill Ray. That's gotta be the dumbest name. Oh, some people. And then he went and named his son Trace. Trace of what? Trace of what? Trace of fame? Is there a trace of fucking laser beams? This fucking family. Sometimes you should really listen to your kids because they're smarter than you. Listen, your kids are almost always smarter than you at some point. Let's get it, Wonder. Yo, sorry, I haven't been around in a while. I've been working with Trump at the White House handling business. Wonder, I wouldn't be surprised if you were if you were like the YouTube czar. I'm sure Trump's just appointing random people to do random things. When I heard the crypto czar, I was like, oh, we were effed. But for those who haven't been following along with the Billiam Ray Cyrus saga, this one's hilarious. I always love it when like the people who are like, F your feelings, I'm the toughest, we're MAGAs, we're so tough, we don't need a safe space. And his son's like, Dad, I'm really worried, I saw you on stage at the inauguration, and I'm concerned for you, I hope you get some help. And he's like, that's it, legal action. You're like, what a fucking bunch of fragile little porcelain dolls these men are. He promised me pardons if I fall suit. Listen, if he's handing out pardons, I always say, why doesn't he give Luigi a pardon? You know, if you want to give some pardons, give Luigi a pardon. That man is innocent, is framed. Handling P words. CJ, good to see you. Bandito, let's get it. Wonder, Soda. Good to see you guys. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. So this Billiam Ray saga, I told you last week when I read about this, I will stay on top of it because I want to know. I keep Google searching for like what legal action, and I'm like, I need some YouTube lawyer to break down what legal recourse Billiam Ray has against his son for saying, I'm concerned about you. Because really, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if in today's America, they're like, that's defamation. You can't say you're worried about somebody. Like that's the fucking road we're hoeing right now. Hey, what's up, Em? Good to see you. I love you. I miss you. I miss your face. Good to see you. Em, we're talking about Billiam Ray Cyrus. You might remember him, the achy breaky harder. The fucking guy. And he's threatening legal action against his son. What a dipsh. Fake Dangy and Mr. Ruthless. I miss you. I miss you so much. Big hugs. And his son Trace is now coming to the media saying, hey, my dad's threatening legal action against me, which is hilarious. For all the F your feelings crowds, people, that crowd is so sensitive. Like, you can't even be concerned for them. You can't show them empathy. Look at Trump sitting in church and like in every, I mean, man, thank God Trump didn't grow up Roman Catholic. Those priests love to lay on the guilt. He just had some nice pastor being like, hey, let's not forget to show empathy. And he was like, God damn, I need an apology. I'm so upset. These people are absolute porcelain dolls. They have Fabergé eggs. That's what this crowd is. And it's hilarious. That's why MAGA has all daddy issues. Bandito, I read some tweet or something on social media that said it's weird that, number one, if you look at like the MAGA crowd, the amount of plastic surgery or tanning and stuff, but it's weird that they all call Trump daddy. And there's definitely some daddy issues. This is very, very odd. Yeah, I watched the video. It was nuts. Yeah. Did you watch the Billy Ray video? The Billy Ray video was like, I thought it was like a joke. I was like, this has got to be Saturday Night Live, right? Like, they're just fucking around. I've never thought in like a million years that was a presidential inauguration. Absolutely. Working with Little Nas X taught Billy nothing. Well, I was shocked. I didn't know that was Billy Ray with Little Nas X. At first, that's why I didn't know it was real. Because I was like, why are they playing a Little Nas X video at Trump's inauguration? Like, are activists taking control of this? And it was like, this must be a sabotage, right? And then I was like, oh, no. Billy Ray Cyrus is a real mess. Mr. William Ray is an absolute disaster piece theater. Whew, that was one for the ages. This is the time. These are the times where I go, kids, grow up and become historians. You need to put these in the history books, like the history books in the future. I hope they have little clips that they can play, like little videos in the books. I don't know. I assume future books will have videos in them because no one has an attention span anymore. And they just play the clip of Bill Ray Cyrus fucking mumbling around, trying to play the guitar. People are like, shut his shit off. Shut it off. And he's like, sorry, turn my mic off. Absolute mess. Rob, I'm paying the government more money because I'm making more money. How do I fix it? Because I heard Trump trying to take away taxes. Listen, Wonder, if you think you're paying the government more because you're making more, I hate to break it to you, but Trump's tax cuts were only for people making over $360,000. I talked about it last week. You could just Google it. But the Tax Policy Institute basically said, like, if you make under $360,000 a year, which is, most people, your taxes are going up. It doesn't matter how much you made unless you crack that 360,000 threshold. Speaking of work, by the way, I want to talk about this. The 4-day work week. If you've been watching my live streams for any amount of time, I've been saying we should go to a 3-day work week. Fuck a 4-day work week. 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Everybody has Friday through Monday off, right? Our productivity as workers has amplified to the exponential caliber limit. Like, we are more productive. We're priming out profits for these corporations. Just look at the numbers. Look at corporations and what they're making year over year. They're making a ton, and they try to hide it in different ways. Look at Starbucks CEO. In 4 months, he made $96 million. They paid him $96 million. If you think he made that money in 4 months, you are sadly mistaken. Me and my coworkers helped make that money for him. But in the UK, check this out, folks. In the UK, there was not only a experiment, I don't know what you call it, where they trialed, where a bunch of companies with like over 3,000 workers trialed a 4-day work week. I put the link down below, and if you're new here, I always try to link the stuff I'm going to talk about down below. Please hit subscribe and notification bell. I bring you news and commentary every single weekday. Read this study down below. The UK that did this 4-day work week, number one, like 70 to 80% of the companies were like, we're staying with the 4-day work week. The health benefits, you want to talk, the right wing likes to talk about having men raising the children. Men involvement with kids in the home doubled, more than doubled. People's stress levels, employers found their employees had 39% less burnout. And this is the funny thing. If you know anything about history, a long time ago when the work week went from 7 to 5 days without a change in pay, that's key. There was no change in pay in this, and there shouldn't be. But a long time ago when the Henry Fords, which we have again now, the Henry Fords, the Kellogg capitalism, the cornflake capitalism, when they discovered that the 7-day to 5-day work week with no loss in pay resulted in less accidents, better productivity, more spending by the economy, which the economy is 70% purchasing power by consumers like us. So when we have more money, we can buy more things. And they realized this over 100 years ago, or roughly 100 years ago. And now here we are, and people are like, I don't know if they just want to deny it, if they want to pretend like work culture is like so important to them. And here, listen, if you're somebody who's like, I want to work 7 days a week, listen, if that's your fucking thing, you hate your family, you got no friends, you want to work 7 days a week, go ahead. No one's stopping you. But get the fuck out of the way for the rest of us that only want to work 4 days a week, okay? Because these studies, the cities, the companies that participate in these 4-day work week studies, almost none of them go back, and they find out that their workers are more productive. Their revenues, the corporate revenues, the revenue of the companies that participated went up by 1.4%. So if you want to talk about making more money and having your employees not hate their lives, but that's the thing. It's all about power. You know, even the people who are like, no, you got to grind culture. I work 80 hours a day. It's like, well, number one, if you're working 80 hours a day, do you have a family? Like, does your family even know you? Number two, if you don't have a family, obviously you don't have friends because you got nowhere to go. You know those people, the people that hang out after work for a while and you're like, why the fuck are you here? You clocked out 20 minutes ago. Those people, you guys could stay at work. We won't shut the lights off. We'll let you hang out at work. If nobody likes you, that's fine. But for the rest of us, please, I implore you guys, read this study down below, okay? Because you're going to see it's only beneficial, not just to the workers, but to the companies. But people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, all of them, they want the power. They want to control your lives. That's why. So we need to acknowledge and empower ourselves with this knowledge that happened in the UK and is happening right now. I forget how many companies, but companies with over 5,000 employees have decided to go to a 4-day work week permanently. Friday through Sunday off. Imagine that. I would say, what would your 4-day work week be? Put it in the comments. Would you rather have Friday off or Monday off? I'd rather have Monday off. Fridays are kind of like lackadaisical anyways. I'd rather have, if you're going to go to a 4-day work week, I'd say give us Saturday, Sunday. No, because more holidays are on Mondays, right? So we want the Fridays then. We want the Fridays, and then when the holidays are on the Mondays, we get what I've been saying, a 3-day work week. Wonder, hold on, I'm missing stuff. I'm making $60K a year, and they're making me pay $2,000 plus back to them. I don't understand it for real. For real, it's Trump's tax cuts. That's no joke, Wonder. Wonder, I implore you. I've talked about this before. I couldn't tell you what it is, but let me just say that when Trump's tax plan went into effect 2017, 2018, me and my wife, our taxes went up. Like we owed taxes. And you will owe. And the sad thing is his new tax plan that won't kick in until 2026, you're going to owe even more. So this is a Trump thing. Trump has redone the tax code. This will be a second time, and both times, again, I implore you, just Google it. Google the Trump tax plan. And I think it's the Tax Policy Institute. They do a great breakdown, and they basically explicitly have a little graph that says, unless you're making $360,000 or more, your taxes will go up by $2,000, which is a lot of money for people who don't have a lot of money. So yeah, this guy is ARPing. He's rapping the working class, if you get what I'm saying. I don't know what this is, LOL. I'm sorry for not knowing. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Gotta have deductions and losses, Wonder. Listen, Wonder, talk to a CPA, a certified something accountant, certified something, CPA. Talk to them. Just say, I don't have a lot of money. I don't know what I want to pay, but I want to make sure I'm doing it right. But what I will tell you for a fact, because I've experienced this firsthand, is if you're making $60,000, $100,000, if you're making up to $200,000 a year, your taxes have gone up, and they're going to keep going up. Meanwhile, the people who have the most money, think about that. If you're making $500,000 a year, you're getting a tax break. You're getting a tax cut. Do you need it? No. Do those people spend money like we do, the working class? Do they go food shopping every day? Do they need to, spend whatever on whatever? No, they're not doing it. Again, the economy is made up of purchasing power by the consumers. We are the consumers. If you think Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are fucking going to IKEA to buy stuff for their new apartment, you are sadly mistaken, my friend. I know they probably got like 10 houses, but how do I owe money when I'm behind on bills? You're not spending beyond your means. Don't let anybody tell you that. You are not. You know what? You're just getting by, Wonder. And here's the thing, because I've had this debate with many people. They're like, oh, you're spending beyond your means. Da-da-da. I owed money to the government because they take out my health insurance before they take out taxes. So at the end of the year, they said, oh, you made $12,000. But the truth was I only took home $5,000 because $7,000 went to my fucking United Healthcare insurance. So you can't spend beyond your means when you can't even afford your bills. That's the mythology of poverty, okay? It's more expensive to be poor. And this is why, tax cuts for people who are making $360,000 a year makes no sense. But again, we could talk about that because I wasn't prepared to go into this. But you really need to talk to a CPA, number one, make sure you're getting everything. But number two, I hate to break it to you, Trump raised our taxes years ago, and he's planning on raising them again. This is why it's like people got to pay attention. Got to pay attention, man, because this motherfucker ain't for the working class. He does not give a shit. You make $60,000 a year, he's like, good, you're going to pay the taxes that my wealthy buddies are going to get the cut on. That's how it works. People who make more should chip in more because they're utilizing fucking all of our resources with their companies. And they're fucking getting these tax cuts, which who has to pick up the slack? Us working people. Like my taxes, I'm getting $1,500. My girl getting $10,000. She makes way more less. Way more less? That don't make sense. Talk to a CPA. They will finagle it for you. They will figure it out. The 4-day work week. This is so important, folks. I don't know if we need to start an online petition. Those I feel like change.org, I feel like is, just there to collect your information. But we got to do something because the UK is going to pave the way in the 4-day work week. And I know we have Amazon and Tesla and all these people who will not relinquish control. They do not want you to have one extra day off, even and keep the same amount of pay, even if it means they would make more money because it's about power for them. She makes $25K. Why is she getting more money than me? We both claim 1 kid each. I don't know. Again, what are you claiming on your taxes? 0, 1, XYZ. But either way, all of our taxes went up again. Pay attention. And they're going to go up more. Like that's the scariest part about 2026. Trump's going to take us all. Well, and my whole thing with these people who have this much money, hit subscribe and notification bell, is what do you guys, the rich people, do you need all the money? Not worrying about heat, food, AC in the summer, having a swimming pool, going on vacations, you know, like, do you need all the money? Like, is that the goal? Like, what happens once you have all the money in the world? Like, what happens then? Like, is there some secret fucking island that you need to have all the money to get to? Are you guys trying to unlock some boss level here on Earth? Like, what is it? Like, once you get all the money, what then? Because do you understand, if you have all the money, nobody can buy shit from you. Then businesses cease to make sense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the greed of some people where they're like, nah, we just need more and more. It's like, at that point, like, then there's no business, there's no purchasing, there's no nothing, there's no economy. Like, if you just want all the money, like, fucking have it. We don't give a shit. We just want to eat and fucking have water. Also depends on your state. Oh, that's true. Yes, talk to a local certified public accountant. That's what it is, CPA. Local certified public accountant. Talk to one. Talk to one. Education for the young. See, this is why they should be teaching this in high school. They should have a CPA course where they teach you either go see one, or for those of you who are good with numbers, come over here and we'll teach you. They should be teaching this stuff in high school. This is so dumb that the government has it set up where they're like, you owe us how much? I don't know. You figure that out. It's the fucking dumbest thing in the world. It's all about power, folks. They just want to have the power to fuck with you. Oh, hit like, subscribe, peeps. Please. Thank you, CJ. I told my girl that this morning. I didn't learn this in high school because they don't teach it. Why do you think they don't teach it? Because they don't want you to have this kind of knowledge. Because you know who knows the tax code? The fucking wealthy people. You know, they can write off their yachts. They can write off their private planes. There's a literal part of the tax code to write off a yacht. They know it, and they pay people to know it and to know the loopholes, but they keep it from us. So it sucks. It's horrible. And if I want to just start a school. I tried to get a job at More Perfect Union. They're a great social media company. I said, we need to, like, Ben Shapiro's doing some ripoff of Bluey. The Daily Wire is doing a ripoff of Bluey to, like, propagandize children into right-wing stuff that doesn't even make sense. I'm like, the leftists need to be doing that. Teaching about, important saying I want to teach everybody. Injury to one, injury to all. An injury to one is an injury to all. You want to scare your bosses at work, you say that to them. And the history, the Wikipedia page is down below. Knowledge is power, 100%, M. And I put that in there because if the saying goes deeper than just labor unions, and meaning, like, if one worker is threatened, you're threatening us all, because at some point, if they're threatened, they will threaten you too. You're just not the one threatened yet. So an injury to one is an injury to all. It's an important phrase, but I want people to look into the history and understand it's bigger than that, especially in a time right now. Where people are, targeted, and some people are clearly thinking like, well, it won't happen to me. And I go, oh, just you fucking wait. You kept your mouth closed, and soon enough, you're going to be barking, whimpering, saying, now they're coming for me, and everybody's going to be gone. So, important phrase I wanted to link down below. Not going to lie. I don't know my application saying I had a GED. They never checked. Listen, these companies don't feel bad about that, and don't sweat it. I have an associate. Sometimes I just got to click bachelors. They don't check and they don't pay enough. You know what I mean? And they all have these stupid stipulations. It's like, I have 20 years fucking work experience managing $1 million radio stations. And these people won't look at me because I don't have a bachelor's degree. You understand, after I got my first degree, I started working right away. So I could fucking do loops around these kids that are coming in there that may not understand the, like, day-to-day management of a station, where I can walk in and do it, and they don't care because I don't have a bachelor's. It was fucking dumb. Never admit to falsifying anything on the internet, bro. It lives forever. Listen, crime is legal now in America. You understand that, right? Like, there's a felon in the White House. Crime is legal. He did a crypto rug pull right before he got in office. Like, shit don't matter no more, folks. Like... Fuck. But that, I would say, is one of the least to worry about, because you know what? They made these fucking stupid tiers of, like, well, you have to have this degree and that degree. But really, the jobs don't, the degrees don't qualify the jobs, and they certainly don't pay enough. And people, like, if they made shit more accessible, then I think that would qualify people to, like, if you could just get a bachelor's degree and you didn't have to go $100,000 in debt, then I would, like, if it was free to just get one, then I would understand why everybody needs one. But you can't make, that's classist, you know. That's like, that's basically saying, if you're saying you can't apply for this job without a bachelor's degree, you're basically saying you got to be this rich to get this job, which makes no sense because, again, that job ain't going to pay off that debt. Anyways, drive without a license myself, allegedly. Allegedly. There we go. Hey, Eagles will. Thank you. Everything that we talk about in this is allegedly. Plus, this is a satirical comedy live stream. So everything's a joke, folks. Everything. Insurrection is pardoned? Yeah. I mean, hooray freedom. I keep saying, if you're going to give pardons, give one to Luigi, please. Companies don't give a shit about your education until you're a problem. Exactly. Okay, guys. Allegedly. Jesus. Okay, please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please listen. I implore you. There's two very important things. I would not put them down below if I didn't think they were important. Number one is understand what an injury to one is an injury to all means. And bosses hate that shit. I would write that on little post-it notes put up at work, and they would illegally rip it down. And think about that. Who's gonna rip down like an injury to one is an injury to all? Everybody's included in all. Who wants to pull that down? Think about that. That's a power move right there. But it's very important you understand that. And then get educated on the 4-day work week, okay? I put this link down below, not only about the companies that are going forward with it, the report in The Guardian and The Independent, that they're talking about UK companies that are going forward with the 4-day work week. But what's more important is the study done about companies that participated in this 4-day work week trial and the successes. It was almost all successes. The businesses made more money. The people were happier. But again, this is history. It's already happened once when we went from the 7-day to the 5-day. Now we're trying to get from the 5 to the 3-day. And I'm sticking with 3-day. We'll be here one day and I'll say, we've made it, folks. 3-day work week. Hopefully I'll be doing this for a job. So please hit subscribe and hit the notification bell after you hit subscribe, because I bring you this kind of stuff every single weekday. Every weekday I'm bringing you something to talk about, whether it's Ray Cyrus, which we will follow up on his saga. And if you haven't seen the video, go find it on YouTube. I know PBS, because I think PBS had to, because they covered the Trump inauguration. They covered presidential inauguration, so they had to. I would have loved to have commentary from the people at PBS watching Achy, Breaky, Ray Cyrus just have a complete and total disaster piece theater of a performance. I would have loved to hear their commentary. Like, what the fuck is this? Local 332 union laborer. Yeah! Solidarity. The Eagles will. Oh, I like you. Please hit subscribe. Solidarity, my friend. And that's what we need right now. Solidarity. 3-day work week has been delayed again, Rob. No, I think of this as progress. If the UK is working to a 4-day work week, 3-day work week is closely following behind. With no loss of pay, mind you. Remember, no loss in pay. They're going down to a 4-day work week. So God bless them. Solidarity with all those companies and people that are going to a 4-day work week. Union strong. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Please hit subscribe. Please, I'm imploring you. I can't do this without you, and I love doing it with you, so it makes a difference when you guys are here. CJ Bandito, the Eagles will. Wonder, good to see you. M, I love you and I miss you. Ikal Jot Singh. Sorry I didn't see you. And then everybody else. I'm not going to scroll too far back, but thank you guys so much. Much love, peace, respect, solidarity, union.